Welcome everyone to After the Bell. We are back in studio. I like what I do, studio. Here in Casa D18, Jeff Meacham here for another episode of Mailbag Questions. We're going to take it off, I don't know if you can see the Form Spring today. Going off the Form Spring questions. I was originally going to do the Form Spring as strictly video responses, and then I realized I'd be ripping off Gary Yap blatantly, and I don't want to do that because the wrath of Gary is a dangerous thing. So, for the individual videos, we're going to do DVD reviews. I'm bringing that back. Not on this show. It's going to be a whole other show, but it's going to be DVD reviews. I'll bring Jay in occasionally. I'll bring Mike in occasionally. We're going to talk about the wrestling DVDs in the near future. But today is a mailbag show. The first question comes from Tommy Jr. 89 on Form Spring. Jeff, there's so much rumors and people wanting WWE to end the brand extension. What do you think? Personally, I don't see how doing this would improve the Raw and SmackDown. It would result in numerous employment layoffs. No freaking kidding. Oh my god. The whole reason they did the brand extension almost 10 years ago now was because the influx of WCW and ECW guys was the guys from the indies. To end the brand extension, we saw a great example of this past week. I don't know when this is going up, but the last week of August, first week of September, we saw 2 nights in a row of super shows. We saw Randy Orton both shows. We saw John Cena both shows. We saw CM Punk both shows. Saw Triple H both shows. Saw Kevin Nash both shows. We saw Christian both shows. I think we saw Sheamus both shows. Saw Mark Henry both. The point, we're seeing guys on both shows. That's 2 times a week of the main guys, and the mid-card and the low-card guys got no time unless you tune in to WWE.com and watch Superstars NXT. Which is not the point of the brand extension. The brand extension was to make sure that everybody got whatever time they could get. Now, granted, there's the Zack Ryders who's not getting enough time. There's guys like Kurt Hawkins. Oh, please. By the way, WWE, I want to get everybody on board on this right now. Tweet WWE, Facebook WWE, and get Kurt Hawkins a match on Raw. Because my boy Cole Cabana is not trimming his pubes until it happens. So please, Kurt Hawkins match on Raw. I'm begging you guys. Because that's some Chicago pubes growing out, dude. That's fail. Gotta make that happen. Alright. Anyway. Brand extension should not end. Please. Just keep everybody separate. End this super show nonsense. I get the super shows are cool to go to because you see all the main guys live, but for TV-wise, it's too much of too many. Don't make it happen. Alright, let's... damn thing. This is from Gregabis, I think is how I say it. Hey, dude, just wondering, will SmackDown ratings increase more if they bring back the masked Kane before his retirement or when he comes back from his injury? He had this promo before about feeling less of a monster. I think bringing back Kane, period, is a bad idea. The Kane character, much like Undertaker character, has kind of, I dare say, run its course. Both those guys have had, Kane for 12, 13, Undertaker for over 20 now, careers that have been monumental, no question about that. Kane to a lesser extent, but still. And they fed off each other for a good part of it, and now with Undertaker being bald and beardless and not coming back anytime soon, it appears, and Kane being injured from the attack by Mark Henry, I don't see a reason to bring Undertaker back. I don't see a reason to bring Kane back, and definitely not the masked Kane. Kane took the mask off. He was more of a monster up here anyway, the whole time. That was the whole gimmick when they unmasked him. So to bring him back as the masked Kane would be monumentally stupid, in my opinion. It's a question from Alpha Crow 1. You think you'll ever come east to the Tampa Bay area and check out FCW? And he wants to know what I think about the Rays. I'd like to go to Florida and see FCW. I'd like to go to Florida and see TNA again. I'd like to go to Florida and go to Disney World with my family. That'd be awesome too. Again, that's all money that's just not there. FCW would be a great little thing if we took like a road trip, like in the car, because we have a car now and cars are awesome. But that's a long way with that big old 16-year-old van. So we'll see. As far as the Tampa Bay Rays, I don't follow baseball outside of Southern California hardcore enough to follow the Tampa Bay Rays. I know they're a good team, or at least I've heard they're a good team. So, whoops, that's not what I wanted. Anyway, I don't think, they're not going to compare to my Angels. who are 3 games out still. Damn, Texas won again today, sons of bitches. Again, this is Sunday we're taping this, so I don't know what the score is right now, but as of Sunday, Angels are still 3 back because Texas crushed Boston today. I think Boston's losing on purpose because the Angels got them Lackey, and now Lackey's not doing so good up there in Boston. So that's just my personal opinion. This is from an anonymous person. They didn't put their name. Which will happen first, the Cubs winning the World Series or Vince McMahon hiring my friend who's looking for a job and is a huge WWE fan? So he's going to send a message. Will work for any position in the WWE. If it was any other team, I'd say the team winning the World Series. This is the Cubs we're talking about. So 50-50. The Cubs winning the World Series is about likely as your boy getting a job with WWE. So we'll call it a split down the middle. Bill Alfonso style, baby. Right down the middle, daddy. Could happen. Why does this thing keep flipping on me? God damn it. Hey, Jeff. I thought it was stupid to have Bryan Danielson lose to Del Rio 2 times and to Wade Barrett since he will be soon world champion when he catches in the briefcase. What are your thoughts? And not only that, they had Sin Cara kick his bloody head off last week or Sin Cara version 2, kick his bloody head off on SmackDown last week. Oh, they're burying Bryan after they give him the briefcase. I don't understand that. Unless they're trying to push him so far down in our eyes that when he does cash in at WrestleMania and wins the world title, we'll be like, whoa, he did! I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I personally think that Bryan should be at the top of the card. He should be wrestling main event matches all the time. He should be facing the world champion. When it's Mark Henry. Mark Henry would be a great thing for Bryan Danielson on Friday nights, if not a pay-per-view like the October pay-per-view, which the name is escaping me at the moment. Don't remember. Or December pay-per-view, TLC. Not TLC match. Don't see Mark Henry TLC match. That's not a good idea. But, something like that. But Bryan should be at the top of the card. People have always dreamed of Kurt Angle versus Bret Hart, Stone Cold versus CM Punk. But how about The Undertaker versus the Great Muta? It's so funny that the Great Muta comes up because my Statboy was talking about a Great Muta name. Asked him a question. If it was The Undertaker in his prime versus the Great Muta in his prime, absolutely. The Undertaker at not quite 20-0 yet, 20 years into his WWE career, and Great Muta being I don't think he's retired yet, but he's well on his way too. I wouldn't like that match. Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle in their primes would have been good. Stone Cold versus CM Punk, I think even now would be good. Austin could probably still get a match out of himself against Punk if they went with that like they were talking about. But Undertaker Great Muta, don't see it happening. I don't think it would be good now. Let's see. I can't read the name. Crimson Blaze, because it's a Crimson question. I like what you did there. That was good. Crimson Blaze. With the way Crimson is being used in TNA or Impact, wherever the hell it's called this week, do you see him as a potential world champion? He had a great match and a great angle for a couple weeks with the world champion Kurt Angle. But at the end of the day, Kurt Angle dropped him. And I don't like the fact that he has become, again, if WCW has become TNA, then Goldberg has become Crimson. And at least they did the thing right where the streak is still not over for Crimson. He won that match by disqualification, but they also showed that he is human. Goldberg, for 170-odd million, billion, trillion victories, was inhuman. He was unstoppable. Crimson's now hurt. He's out for a minute. The Bound for Glory series is in jeopardy. And we don't know what's going to happen. To be fair, I haven't seen last week's Impact, except I know one thing that happened on the August 25th tapings for September 1st. It's the only thing I know. So, I haven't seen it, so we'll see what they do with Crimson when I watch Impact tonight. Let's see. Has there been anything that has made you consider not being a fan anymore? This is from A7X1080. Oh... The only thing that came close, and this comes up all the time on the show, it seems like. I talked about it 4.5 years ago, and now it's coming up again, the Chris Benoit thing. For a guy of Chris Benoit's status, I guess, as a awesome wrestler and a seemingly decent human being up until the end, for him to do what he did made me wonder if I should even be involved. and even be around wrestling, because that was just so brutal. But at the end of the day, I took on JJ's philosophy, and I almost came here for the Benoit tribute that he did down here before I moved in. That's 4 years ago, keep in mind. So I almost came here for that. The cameraman thinks it's funny too. Yeah, that's right, baby. But yeah, that's the only thing that made me come close. Other than that, not really. This is from the dark unknown. If WWE gives a world title to Bryan Danielson, do you see WWE give him a great world title run or a flop? You know, that guy right here that resides right here, that's Bryan's buddy, would love to say he's going to be a great world champion, have a long run, but as soon as he gets it, guarantee it. Yeah. It's going to be a freaking, Zack Ryder thing, where he's an internet hero, and he has to have grassroots thing happen to him, which has happened with Bryan. He's been pushed up, and then he'll get shot down again. Zack had a brief little thing, and now he's back in obscurity. Yeah, exactly. So, Jay, just go ahead and what you're trying to say.
Swagger.
Swagger, exactly. There's a great example right there. They make Swagger be Money in the Bank. He wins the title 2 days later on SmackDown at the Second Day Beans. He gets 3 months, loses to Mysterio the Midget, which, by the way, I'm picking on him, but Life of a Masked Man, pick that shit up and buy it at your local retailer, because I will give the credit to Rey Mysterio and to Matt Striker. It wasn't Michael Cole, thank God. Great DVD so far. I'm on the middle part of the second disc. I can't wait to see how the rest of it goes. Matches I've never seen before, which for me, never seen a match before. Pretty freaking epic. So it's awesome. Go pick it up and read his book, because JJ's in the middle. It's funny. I'm watching the DVD. JJ's reading the book. So we're going to take turns, I'm sure, after we're all done. So it's awesome. Anyway, let's see. Who's the greatest technical wrestler ever? This might be the last question, because it'll take me a minute to go through these people. You've got Bret Hart, you've got Lou Thesz, you've got Ric Flair, you've got Bryan Danielson, you've got CM Punk, you've got the guys now like Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards and Roderick Strong, and you're probably going, who? Why are you covering indies? Who are these guys? Research, y'all. Learn something. Because Davey Richards and Roddy Strong, Eddie Edwards can run circles around Super Cena and Super Viper. Okay? Seriously. And by the way, I stole that from Jay. Super Viper is copyright J.J. Williams, 2011. Much like the whole storyline about Stephanie texting the thing to Kevin Nash, I stole that, and now Statboy stole it on the show we just taped. So that is all J.J. That is Renegade approved, that we used it because, well, we just got there first. So, yeah, there you go. As far as technical wrestler, I would have to say the best technical wrestler in history, going back to the beginning of the sports entertainment days, because you can go back even further and say Gotch, Hackett, Schmidt, Strangler Lewis, those guys, although Strangler Lewis was the first sports entertainer. I would honestly, yeah, you're going, I'm only 10, who does guy? History of the World Heavyweight Championship. Buy that. Put money in Ray's pocket, because stocks are down, fools. Damn. Anyway, did I just say put money in Ray's pocket on purpose? Ray, yeah, anyway. The greatest technical wrestler of the sports entertainment age, which has been, since the 20s, Ric Flair. Ric Flair, give it a woo. It is what it is. I'm going to end with that, because that was a good debate. That was a good, funny little topic I just went off. I'm going to end with that for the cameraman himself, J.J. Williams, today, and for yours truly with the deflated ego once again. This is Jeff Meacham saying, After the Bell is out.